Fans of Ariana Grande are becoming more and more fearful that she is not going to live to see the day Wicked Part 2 comes out in theaters. And I am being 100% serious when I say this. It's not a joke. When you look at these pictures of her from the BAFTAs, you can see she is very clearly clinically underweight to a point that people are not able to ignore it anymore. They're not able to be nice about it anymore. This needs to be addressed publicly.
It was reminiscent of that one picture of Emma Watson from like 2021 where she looked really unwell, mainly because her hair was matted and she looked very, very sickly.
In that instance, it was different. Emma Watson was getting bullied because she looked ugly in the photo.
I thought it was because they said she looked too thin. And
they were mostly saying that she looked old and ugly in the photo. This is different because people who already like Ariana Grande are pointing out how underweight she is out of pure concern for her well-being. And yet every time this happens, every time a new photo of Ariana Grande looking sickly goes viral, the person who posted it gets shouted down and they're told to shut their mouths and not speak on it because it's intrusive, it's rude, it's mean. It's essentially just not nice. It's not polite.
Not how the world works, especially if you're a public figure.
Yeah, exactly. And she has been on the press tour for Wicked for many months now. And it seems like she continues to deteriorate in the public eye. To expect people not to have opinions about that is absolutely absurd. So this was the first picture I saw.
Do we think she's ill?
With something other than anorexia?
Yes.
Well, that certainly could be the case. Yeah.
Remember, guys, this came up in 2021. No, I'm sorry, in 2020 when Chadwick Boseman made a post during COVID and people started commenting on the way he looked and people were saying, oh, he's just losing weight for a role. But he did not look intentionally skinny. He looked sickly skinny. And of course, it turned out that he was sick and he later passed away. So this has happened before.
But now people use the example of Chadwick Boseman as a cudgel to silence anyone who brings up the fact that Ariana Grande looks deathly ill. They're saying, you don't know what someone's real story is, so it's insulting for you to bring this up. You should respect her privacy. So they're essentially saying maybe Ariana Grande has cancer? Like, I don't know. I think that's a bit of a crazy claim in and of itself to make. But this photo of her gained, I think, 67 million views on X.
Wow.
This photo of her from the BAFTAs is going extremely viral. And here were some of the responses. Chadwick Boseman was looking really skinny and losing a lot of weight while battling cancer. Just because someone loses weight and starts looking skinny like this doesn't necessarily mean it's an eating disorder. Here's the thing, though. I remember even just as recently as a couple of months ago, Ariana Grande clapping back at people who were body shaming her.
Yes, I remember.
And it was also just a year ago that she made another response saying you shouldn't take notice of people's bodies and you shouldn't comment on anyone's body, because she also reiterated, I am in good health, I'm fine, I'm good,
again,
I'm okay.
This is the internet. You are a public figure. You are not allowed, okay, I shouldn't say you're not allowed. You're allowed to ask, but it's unreasonable to believe that people are just going to not have opinions when you put yourself out into the public space. If you don't want to be the object of someone's thoughts, then you should just not put yourself out there at all. That's the way the world works.
You can choose not to disclose what is wrong with you, but to deny that anything is wrong and insist over and over again that you're fine and this is just what you happen to look like at your peak of health, you're taking us for fools. I mean, really, it's an insult to our collective intelligence to say that anyone can look like this at the peak of their health. Another person commented, this is really sad. Something is clearly going on in her life, and obviously we have to respect her right to privacy, but I hope she gets the help she needs. Everyone is clearly thinking that she has an eating disorder. And in these photos, if you're listening rather than watching, her entire rib cage is visible. In both of these photos from the BAFTAs, her entire rib cage is basically showing through her skin. And It doesn't look normal. Here's the thing. She's always been skinny. Mm-hmm. That's not a new thing. Pretty much for her the entire time that she's been famous, she has been a pretty skinny girl. But now she has taken an even more extreme turn for the worse. When you're already pretty thin, losing more weight has a very extreme effect on how you're perceived. Yeah. So while she may have been skinny before conventionally, this is very unconventional to see in the public eye, especially when these concerns about her have been circulating for years at this point already.
But it's gotten worse recently.
It's gotten more and more loud as she's been on the Wicked press tour, because there's this bizarre narrative going around that the Wicked movie itself healed Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo of all of their trauma.
Hollywood doesn't heal people.
It trauma bonded them, or it healed them, or it gave them some kind of breakthrough.
That's PR bullshit.
Yeah,
Hollywood doesn't heal people.
And clearly you can see by the dramatic weight loss of both Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo during and post the filming of Wicked, it did not heal them to make this movie. In fact, it seems like as this press tour goes on, the worse and worse they look. And I don't know how they can possibly keep this up as Wicked Part 2 is still in the process of being made and is coming out. When is it? I think
in November or something.
November.
Am I
in
wrong?
The fall.
Yeah.
It's in the fall that's coming out. So this is not going to be over anytime soon.
So they saved a lot of money on catering is what you're saying.
Exactly. We have a 20 from Weary Traveler. Happy Friday, PCC and friends. Today is the start of my long weekend.
Let's go!
You're now being used as background noise while I play Diablo 4 instead of when I'm denying insurance claims.
Okay.
Don't tell Luigi.
Yeah, I was just saying, don't tell Luigi. That shit's crazy.
Andrew Tate has also weighed in on the situation with Ariana Grande. He tweeted, "I'm sorry, Ariana Grande, you're too skinny and I would no longer F you. Access denied." He followed it up saying, "Why does the mainstream media keep contacting me for comment? Have I not been clear? I'm sorry, Ariana. I will not offer you a chance with the top G until you eat some hamburgers. You currently do not stand a chance with me. I hope this clarification helps. Good day."
He's very good at X.
So
he's very good at getting engagement.
If Ariana Grande wants to have a chance to hook up with the top G, well, she's gonna need to bulk up.
She might have thought a Bugatti was food and ran the other way.
Yeah, it sounds similar enough to burger. She started running.
A ham Bugatti.
Ariana Grande, I mean, she sounds like the top G, but I guess not.
I don't know. I look at this and I don't see a way out that comes from a press tour like that. It's going to take time away from the industry. Certainly when you're on the road constantly and you're going from event to event to event, that's a hard way to live anyways.
Like, are they doing drugs to keep up with the demands of
I don't
this
know
whole franchise they're part of now? Thank you.
I mean, are they doing drugs? It's Hollywood. I wouldn't put it past them.
Every interview they did together, they're like petting each other and crying. They're incredibly emotionally unstable.
That's what happens when you haven't eaten in 10 days.
When you are low blood sugar and also hyped up on some crazy drugs to be awake and alert for these interviews.
Could be, I mean, I don't know if that's the case here, but that would be the type of thing if you were going through like withdrawal, like you're just like you've been numb for so long that your body just starts accessing emotions again and you can't believe it, so you're like just crying out of nowhere.
It seems to me that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are both like feeding into each other's worst tendencies.
And I can't know what's going on with either of these ladies, but I do know that it's ridiculous to believe that you can't look with your own lying eyes and say that everything is great, because clearly not everything is great.
We have another 20 from Gayton J. "You are not background noise. You are background music."
Thank you.
For music to your ears.
That's
perfect.
Is
that what I'm hearing?
That's what it is.
Yeah. There are also rumors going around that Ariana Grande is home wrecking Cynthia Erivo now.
What?
Yeah. Cynthia Erivo is a lesbian, by the way, in a relationship with a woman However, there have been rumors that Ariana Grande is trying to home wreck that relationship as well, as if one wasn't enough.
Is that with the approval of SpongeBob SquarePants or without?
Probably with SpongeBob's approval.
I'm sure he didn't have a say in the matter.
Yeah, or he's just taken what he can get. I think she already has lost interest in him, and he's going to get kicked to the curb very soon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's going to learn that
he
made
actually,
wrong call.
No. You know what's going to happen? She's so skinny, he's going to dump her. He's going to be like, look, you're unhealthy. And then everyone's going to be mad at him for having the gall to dump somebody more famous than him.
Right.
That's what happens whenever these things happen, whenever like some attractive female celebrity dates a guy who's less attractive than them, they end up getting broken up with, and then everybody's like, how?
Well, it's because the guy gets a huge ego about it. I was just thinking about
Cry harder,
this
ladies.
in regard to MGK and Megan Fox. Mm-hmm. How can you get with Megan Fox and then cheat on her? You have to have a serious problem.
His looks aside, it's not like he wasn't famous as well.
Okay, I'm not saying he wasn't famous.
He's not a good example.
Clearly with a woman who is physically out of his league and is world renowned for her sex appeal and beauty. So then he proposes to her. Mm-hmm. They're engaged. And he cheats on her. Because being with Megan Fox blew up his ego.
Maybe Megan Fox when she was doing Michael Bay Transformers movies, but through the magic of plastic surgery, she now looks like every other girl that he could pick up at one of his concerts.
That's sad.
There's no world in which that guy can't go on Instagram and find 100 Megan Foxes who, maybe she's a little bit higher on the scale than them, but ego doesn't work that way. Mm-hmm. And that's just the fact of the matter is ego for him.
It's sad that she doesn't look unique anymore.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.